Hey everyone, it's Dr. Jared here with Hedron Life Source. It's like an early morning video, and I'm kind of whispering because I have a little one asleep right now. But I just wanted to say a couple things about subtle frequencies and the importance of subtle frequencies. Okay, subtle frequencies. Let's take an example. So. Our fingers are representative of different electrical charges, positive and negative, positive, negative, positive, negative, left versus right hand, it's all different. But they're also representative of elements as well. So we have fire, earth, air, and water. And then, of course, I always refer to the thumb as an ether. Nobody else really does that I know of. But those subtle frequencies that we get into that example is like, let's take your thumb as ether, for instance, and you smile and do a thumbs up to a person across the room. They're gonna think you're nuts if they don't know you, and maybe even think you're nuts if they do know you. But what that does is that changes the frequency of the environment. When you get a thumbs up and a smile from a person, that is going to either make you laugh or make you curious, whatever, but it changes your emotional state. And that's an example of a subtle frequency. That is where a lot of these gurus say, well, you have to think positive or you have to be in gratitude throughout the day to change your frequency. And those are all great things to do. But what is that actually doing? That is changing the frequency in an infectious way, because if you're in a room surrounded by 20 people and you pick out one person and you do something positive or give a subtle positive gesture to them, you're changing their frequency to a higher level, a better level. And if one person inadvertently sees that in a room, that, statistically speaking, changes that person's at least entire day and direction on what they do for the rest of the day, which makes them more prone to do something nice for somebody else. So the subtle frequencies are a bigger deal than most people think. Now, I can get into the science behind subtle frequencies and how that relates to electromagnetic frequencies. I can give you the numbers where we started off with 3G in the megabyte range and now we're in the gigabyte range, and how the millimeter waves are basically cooking the cells from the inside out, which knocks off our water structure and balance that we have inside of our body, which is a centripetal force, versus the centrifugal force, and that becomes a very disconnected communication aspect that happens within the cells. We can get into all of that way of talking about how the body becomes disrupted. However, I think it's more important for that practical aspect to be highlighted, which is what we were just talking about. So yeah, I guess this video is just a small look into how powerful we really are when we utilize the subtle energy aspect, and you don't necessarily need any type of device to do that. I mean, I just gave an example where all you need is your thumb and your face, the smile. But I think it's an important reminder for people to pass on these small, subtle gestures because they don't know how powerful, or they don't realize, in many cases, we take for granted how powerful these subtle things can impact many people. I hope this finds you well. Have a great day.